Hello everybody, welcome back once more to Ace Attorney. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
And I'm Chibi Noob, and who is our witness?
There's a witness coming in.
The man who found the victim's body.
What? Hey.
Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Okay. Well, who is this guy? I'd like to see who this is.
Order! Order in the court!
Alright, I want a ham sandwich on rye.
No. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building.
What, you said newsy?
Please bring Mr. Frank Sahw to the stand.
Saw it.
Saw it. Yeah, Frank
This
saw
guy
it.
was made to be a witness. Hey, that's the murderer!
Mr. Sahw,
Objection, Your Honor, that's the murderer!
you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh yes. Newspapers, yes.
Oh, I love that voice.
Mr. Sahw, you may proceed with your testimony.
His name ain't Saw It, it's Did It.
Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go.
I was going door to door, selling newspapers when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fear and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
And I'm doing the little thing.
You see, you
Getting into
rocking back and
character.
forth.
Yep.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Oh wait, I told you not to. I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there's a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout and
Good point by you, Judge. Good point by you.
Why
Yes,
am I
Your
British?
Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahw used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Perusal.
The electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yep. What's up, Your Honor?
you may begin your cross-examination.
What? What? Your Honor? What's a cross-exam? How did I pass the bar?
All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal.
Yeah. What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
What if he's telling the truth? What am I supposed to do with that? Lies? What? Why? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right?
That's just what I told you.
Then that witness must have lied in his testimony.
Okay, now I just said he was innocent. I don't know that he's innocent.
Or is your client really guilty?
You know, there's innocent, there's guilty, and then there's that, who knows, really? How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
Is it?
Yes.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand.
Okay.
There's bound to be a contradiction in there.
Okay. Alright, here we go.
First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony.
Alright, we can do that.
Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence,
If we find it.
present it and rub it in the witness's face.
That feels like I'm gonna be brought up on assault charges. I don't think that physically rubbing something in another man's face is gonna do well for me, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay.
Open the court record with tab. Then point out contradictions in the testimony. Am I just
Okay.
here to give instructions?
Yes, you are.
Yep.
And you're doing such a great job. Let me tell you that, Mia. Love you. Love everything you do.
You have a wife.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man
Have we ever
fleeing
actually
an
seen
apartment.
Columbo's wife in
No.
the shop? No.
She got her spin-off though.
She got a spinoff?
She got a spin-off.
Who is she? Murder She Wrote? That was Paul McCartney. Never mind.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment.
Okay.
Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
How could you know she was dead? You didn't check a
Wailed in
pulse.
fear and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment was
Hold up. If you couldn't even go inside, then how could you have gotten to the phone in her apartment? How would you know that the phone was not working if you never went inside?
Hang
I know.
on.
I'm just going through all of it first.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone.
The fact that you knew that the
I
phone
remember
wasn't...
the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
The fact that you knew that the phone wasn't working claims it means that you were in the apartment, sir.
Let's
okay.
take a look at it.
Yeah, let's. What time was the power outage?
Power outage.
12 to 6.
Yeah, so it's right in that time frame.
Okay. Go back.
All right. Came home from Paris on
At the
July
clock.
30th.
This is a statute. Yeah, but we don't know it's a clock yet.
Yeah.
All right. Time of death 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah.
But he said
He said it was 1.
he called it in at 1, but she was dead between 4 and 5 p.m.
It all depends on when there's a doctor there to pronounce death.
Well, that's not important in these
I
kind
know.
of games.
I know. I
No,
just.
it's the bagel.
No, not our
badge,
badge.
Oh, that's not a bagel?
No.
Shit. Okay. There.
I think it's that one.
Take that.
Present it.
I object to all this. You found a body at 1 p.m. You sure? Are you sure about that?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Are you certain about that? Because frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death is it's sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find it at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Yeah, you better
yeah.
sweat. You're gonna sweat that mold right off.
Objection. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
You're sweating bullets too.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe.
Damn right, Judge.
Mr. Sahw,
Mr. Did it.
why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
I'd like to bring up the public phone record. The call log which should have put it at 1 p.m., but it was probably around 4 or 5 p.m. after he did it.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot.
Couldn't we bring up a call record, or is that a public phone so we couldn't?
That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions.
I think he used a payphone.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be a record.
Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there.
Wait, I remember now.
Look, it's just me.
Would you care to give testimony again?
The time of discovery.
Okay, let's hear this.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Now, how is that even remotely possible when there was a blackout on the entire place?
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Power is off!
Yeah.
I just said that.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
All right, we can easily point this one out. All right, here we go.
Yep. I see. You heard a voice saying that the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Let's go straight for, don't even, yeah. Yep, that's me.
Right.
Right.
You know what to do.
Sure, I got this one. I got it.
Skippy.
Skippity-doo, screw that. Get through.
Skippity.
Found a, yada. Because it wasn't until 6 p.m. that the power turned back on, so even if you
Is it this one, or is it one more?
I get the victim had been watching that, but if we bring
Okay,
up...
I thought it was 1 p.m. Now go back. Oh, what's the other one too ahead of this?
Oh wait, so we gotta do it specifically whatever the thing was,
There's
right?
a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television.
Alright, let's bring up the fact that
Should we do this one or the other one?
This one.
Yeah.
This one.
I mean, we have more lives in this game than the other ones, so we should be good either way.
Okay.
Alright, let's present some evidence over here that says it was until 6 p.m. That there was no power whatsoever. So even if it was at 4 p.m. that you actually did find it, there wouldn't have been a television on.
Keep going.
I think.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I
do it.
don't know if it's on this statement though.
Okay. What statement do you think it is then?
The other one. That
Then go for the other
Now go for
one.
the other one. I don't know what we're doing here. I just know that we have to put that with whatever problem we got. Okay, but that's at the wrong time. Let's go with that one and try it and see what happens.
Hey, don't sigh.
No, I'm just saying, just pick one.
I think either should
Object to
work.
all of this. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the
Okay.
time of the discovery.
Cool, pick the right one.
And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Well,
The defense has a point.
Damn right, Your Honor. I got 8 of them on my head right now.
Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahw?
Mr. Dunnit.
no, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Do you now?
Mr. Sahw, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility,
But
sir.
it does make you look like a murderer, which I think
That,
you
and
are.
you seem rather distraught.
Well, my apologies, Your Honor.
It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahw.
Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
The judge's voice got interesting on that.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it.
Saw it, huh?
There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the
Okay,
victim.
so now we know it's
Now
a statue
we know it's a
thing.
clock.
That must have been what I saw.
You said you were never in the apartment.
You saw the clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Okay. It wasn't a clock that was used as a murder weapon.
was a statue.
It was a statue.
Is that not right?
Okay, so go to find the table clock. Wasn't there. The murder weapon, that's what was used to kill the victim. Okay, I think this is the one that we present.
Yeah.
The statue, clock.
I object to that, Your Honor. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't the clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
I'm the fucking defense counsel. I mean, we're in a goddamn courtroom here, Mr. Sahw. Apparently, you can't see nothing.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock.
Oh, is it actually?
Yes.
The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
So you have to touch it to hear the time.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
I mean, a lot of them, he did it, but...
Well, my whole thing is how would he be able to hear the time if
How
he
would he be
didn't
able to
touch
see
it?
this? Yeah. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment.
Yep.
You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Ugh. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove it I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Also, if we look right here, you can see the fingerprints all... Oh, wait, he's wearing gloves. Never mind. Mr. Sahw, your sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Objection! Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless. What's that mean? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Aye, that day, I never.
So would they be able to, like, in the middle of this, just switch to, like...
Look,
Maybe
the
to
clock,
new trial. Okay, completely
Ace
unnecessary.
attorney. Hold on.
It was him, I tell you. I saw him.
Saw him what?
He killed her and he should burn. Burn! Give him death! Oh my gosh, my balls! Oh, my face. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
That's me, Your Honor.
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any evidence?
I mean, the whole testimony here, the whole case is riding on this. I better think of it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sahw heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply examine the clock's batteries, ask the neighbor, try sounding the clock.
You try sounding the clock.
Why not? Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Beep! I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So,
Or the pooper,
we've heard the
or whatever.
clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what the time is? It is now?
It's 11:25. Ack.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sahw heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sahw, Mr. Dunnit, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forget one thing.
Ah, what's he talking about now?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. Shit. How am I gonna prove that? Ah, damn it, I'm so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Did we
Fuck.
do something wrong?
No, this is how it's supposed to go. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sahw.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
Almost had him. I'll get you later. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
So is Larry going to prison?
Not so fast, Mr. Sahw.
Go, Mia.
Me? I mean, Chief. Hey, what?
Listen up, Wright.
What?
Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
Think. I'm not good at that. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes.
Okay, so I'm right.
But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box.
Okay, I bash him over the head with it, and he goes down for murder.
Don't waste time
Or he goes
doubting
down
the
because
facts.
he is murdered.
Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof.
Because she was in Paris. It was a different time zone.
Yep.
Right?
Well, you add one more and it makes a left.
Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
You're goddamn right I can. Chief. Wait. Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Passport. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Throw out that passport.
Throw it out. Okay, in the garbage it goes.
It was my bagel. The victim had just returned from home abroad the day before the murder.
So she took the clock with her?
As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours.
Or she might have brought it there.
When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast.
The victim hasn't reset her clock since returning home.
That's my line.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Sahw. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. I also don't know why it wasn't in French. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sahw? Or should I may, Mr. Mr. Did It. I think he's gonna pass out. Oh my God. He really did.
Just died or something.
Order! Order, I say!
I think we need some paramedics.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected.
No, I knew exactly. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Mr. Payne, your witness.
You got any more?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yeah, we're more than good here, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed.
Me too. Had no idea what I was doing here.
I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly
Really?
and find the true culprit at the same time.
By the seat of my pants. Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, he does this all the time, to be honest. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Guilty.
not guilty.
You know what? That's better. Ooh. There you go, Larry. You owe me lunch.
Was this just the tutorial?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Chapter 1's always a tutorial. And with that, this court is adjourned.
And so are we, everybody. Come join us next time as we, well, it turns out that Frank Sahw was a common burglar. Great, he was a common burglar. We'll find that out later. Anyway, we'll be back with more. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast, Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!